Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Evidence by Faith No More. As usual, this song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you want to get your song reviewed, just do what they did. Leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. So, I've heard a few songs from Faith No More so far. Epic was played on rock radio like all the time. It probably still is. I don't listen to radio anymore, but so Epic was like the one Faith No More song I knew for like a long time. And then when I first played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, I believe Midlife Crisis is on that game. So I heard that song as well, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good too. And for a long time, those were the two Faith No More songs I knew. And then I think I've reviewed one or maybe two songs from them on my channel so far. I definitely did Everything's Ruined because I love that song. It is on kind of like my regular rotation. Fantastic song from them. So I've heard a handful. Definitely need to hear more. So I knew I wanted to come back to Faith No More sooner rather than later. There's just a lot of music in the world, and I'm trying to cover all of it. So anyway, let's dive in. Evidence, Faith No More. Here we go.
To open the hole, just put your head down and go. And step aside the piece of the circumstance. Gotta wash away the taste of evidence. Wash it away. I didn't feel a thing. You didn't mean a thing. Me, I testify. Didn't feel a thing.
I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot. I'm gonna have to listen to more from Faith No More because, I mean, so far, just about all their songs I've heard from them have sounded pretty different, right? Like Epic doesn't quite sound like Midlife Crisis, which doesn't quite sound like Everything's Ruined, which definitely didn't sound like this. Like it seems like they have quite a few styles that they can kind of mix up, or different instruments that they bring in here. And speaking of which, I mean, there was a lot going on here, but I think it all worked together to make a great song. So hey, let's break it down piece by piece like we always do, starting with those lyrics. Now, I do want to read this little about section here. It says, Evidence was the third single released on King for a Day. When played live, Mike Patton has been known to sing this song in the language of the country he is in. Here is the evidence. Clever. Oh wow. Linked a bunch of YouTube videos. Yeah, and when I was looking this up on YouTube, live performances were like the top searches. I had to kind of scroll a little bit to find a non-live performance, but I wanted to hear the studio version first and foremost before I go back and listen to it live. Typically, I save live reactions for if someone specifically requests a specific live version. So if that's you, if you want that next time, make sure you specify the live version or a specific live performance. So anyway, with that said, let's look at the lyrics. If you want to open the hole, just put your head down and go and step beside the piece of the circumstance. You got to wash away the taste of evidence. Wash it away. Evidence, evidence, evidence. Got a taste of evidence. I didn't feel a thing. You didn't mean a thing. Look in the eye and testify. Didn't feel a thing. Anything you say, you know you're guilty. Hands above your head, and you won't even feel me. You won't feel me. So this is interesting because I'm not 100% sure what this song is about, but the fact that it's called Evidence and that sort of funky guitar that they have in there that's reminiscent of like old cop movies, I'm like, is it about somebody committing a crime and getting turned in by someone that they cared about, and therefore feeling kind of betrayed, right? Like, I didn't feel a thing, you didn't mean a thing. Look in the eye and testify. Didn't feel a thing. So like, I'm able to turn you in, but because you don't mean nothing to me, basically. I don't know. Let's keep reading it. Let's see, where were we? Anything you say, you know you're guilty. Hands above your head, and you won't even feel me. You won't feel me. I didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel a thing. You didn't mean a thing. Look in the eye and testify. Didn't feel a thing. Evidence, evidence, evidence. Got a taste of evidence. I didn't feel a thing. You didn't mean a thing. Look in the eye and testify. Didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel a thing. You didn't mean a thing. Look in the eye and testify. Didn't feel a thing. When I clicked on this little I think it was the chorus or something here in the Ingenious, it said the potential cheater is trying to testify that they're innocent. And that actually makes a lot more sense, I think, than what I said, was that this is probably about somebody cheating, right? And there's evidence of that, as it were, which would make a lot of sense as to why, like, I didn't feel a thing, you didn't mean a thing, look in the eye and testify, didn't feel a thing, right? So it's like, either I didn't feel a thing when I was cheating on you, or I didn't feel a thing for you, which is why I cheated on you. That makes a lot of sense to me. So kudos to whoever wrote up some of these lyrics here on Genius with their interpretation. I think it's open enough because I don't think he ever really comes out and says it, right? So I think it's open enough where you could interpret it in a couple different ways, but I think that one makes a whole lot of sense. So anyway, with all that said, lyrically, it's at least pretty interesting, and I think well written. So do like a thumb up for lyricism. Why not? As far as the instrumentation and vocals go, Mike Patton sounds great here, vocally. And I feel like I remember reading that he has something like an insane, like 6-octave range or something like that vocally, which I can definitely dig because, again, like you think of his vocal performances on, again, the few songs that I know, Epic or Midlife Crisis or Everything's Ruined or now Evidence, like he sounds kind of different in each one. So I like the way that he approached the vocal style in this one. I think he sounds great here. But instrumentally, that's I feel like where my brain focused in on as I was listening. That bass line that you get throughout the song was absolutely fantastic. My ear just kept coming back to that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's groovy. It really works for me." Also loved the kind of funk guitar throughout as well. Again, very reminiscent of like old cop movies and things like that. But you also get some great piano throughout, I think, as well, which I think really kind of brings in a little bit of sort of emotionality to the song. You even get some strings, you get a little like orchestral section, kind of in the beginning to like sort of middle part of the song. So yeah, there was, like I mentioned earlier, a lot going on, but I think it all kind of worked together. Each piece really fit for me, and I like that it really had that groovy bass line kind of throughout to sort of keep me grounded as I was listening to the different instruments, kind of all happening at once. So yeah, fantastic work instrumentally and vocally. I'm giving it two big thumbs up. As far as replay value goes, this one was fantastic. I think with just about every Faith No More song I hear, I'm like, yeah, I gotta add it to the playlist because it either rocks or it's just a fun listen or it just sounds great. So this is, I think, all three of those for me. So two big thumbs up for replay value. Overall, a fantastic song and a wonderful request. Thank you so much for the person who requested this one. As always, if you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. If you enjoyed what you saw here on the channel today, consider supporting the channel by liking and subscribing and commenting. All the normal stuff you do on YouTube, you know. And you can even check the description if you'd like to follow me on Twitch, TikTok, or Instagram. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.